Welcome back to Girl Talk. We have been filming here at Radiance Skin Therapy and having a lovely time as we are joined now by Ann Fientka, who is always a gracious hostess. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Glad to see you. So, we've got kind of a fun topic today. We often talk about women, and obviously we like to look good, and there's lots of great services out there to help us prevent aging. But it's no secret there are men out there that want to do the same thing, right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the men's services. What are the most popular for guys?
Well, depends on the guy, right? But we see laser hair removal. Probably the big one right now is the PRP for the thinning hair. And we can go into that a little bit more. Botox, fillers, CoolSculpting, chin.
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely.
The
for
Kybella,
face.
the CoolSculpting for the chin. But really any service that a woman might come in for, a man could come in for.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that as a huge rise in our population at Radiance and actually all over.
Oh wow.
So,
Well, I think it's great because guys are, really starting to. We've always taken care of ourselves for our guys, right? So,
Always.
So it's time to step up to the plate. No, but I think it's great, and I think it's great that it's becoming more common and maybe a little bit less. Of something they're hiding and coming out and doing it. So we'll cover some of those services today.
I think that's great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned Botox and fillers. Men really do that?
Absolutely. And I think we approach men a little bit differently. We want our guys to still be kind of rough and, sexy looking. And so, we don't have to totally freeze them, that we can soften them.
Okay.
And so their lines don't continue to get real etched in and real deep. And a lot of guys I don't like my crow's feet. They're getting to make me look old.
Yeah.
And so we can absolutely soften them, and nobody knows they're doing it, and they love that. It's still very natural for them.
Well, that's the best part, is that it can be so hush-hush.
Right,
secretive.
absolutely.
And kind of going off of that as well, I know you mentioned PRP, which maybe for our viewers first, we can just explain what that means.
Sure, PRP is platelet-rich plasma.
Okay.
And it's where we take your blood and we spin it in a centrifuge, and it takes out all the things that we don't want, and it's left with platelet-rich plasma. Okay? And what that is it's your own growth factor.
Oh.
So we're putting back in to the scalp a growth factor. So as long as we have follicles there, and it's not just men, I know we're talking about men, but men and women can have thinning hair, and so as long as we have follicles to stimulate with that growth factor, we see a huge change in the amount of hair. And not only that, the quality of the hair.
So some big results, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
really nice. We kind of fell into it, if you will, and we started to do a little bit of this, and all of a sudden everybody who comes in is seeing more hair. And so we've been doing more and more of it because the word kind of gets around.
What a unique approach.
I love that it seems like a secret potion, but it's coming from you already.
Right.
There's nothing not natural about it. And we also use PRP to rejuvenate the face. And I always kind of found that kind of crazy, okay, we're putting in the scalp for hair, but then the body knows to give us collagen in the face. All of a sudden, are we going to grow hair in our face?
That's interesting. But I guess we're smart beings, right? Our bodies know what to do with what and where to put it. But that's so great about the hair, because there's so many guys out there that think that the only solution, and women too, for hair loss and trying to regain that is to do implants or transplants or all these things, I don't know a lot about, but this is so much easier and you're getting great results.
Right.
Really neat. Let's touch on CoolSculpting for a minute before we move on. So CoolSculpting, we've touched on this before, but it's basically a way to remove fat cells from certain areas. So what are guys doing in terms of CoolSculpting? What are their favorite areas? You mentioned chin.
Yeah, chin. That genetic thing, or you have a little weight gain, and we see that in the chin. And that's really popular for guys because for some reason their genetics seem to go here. Women's genetics go here, but right,
we're all agreed.
But other areas that men really like is their flanks.
Sure.
Okay, their love handles, because like I said, women have their spots, men have their spots, but we do a decent amount of flanks and even abdomens for men.
And we should mention this is all non-surgical. I mean, it's you come in on a lunch break if you want.
Absolutely,
It's incredible.
And you can go back to work the next day if
Yeah, yeah.
if I remember correctly. Okay, so back to their faces.
Yeah.
Because that's the first part you see usually, right?
Totally.
What can men continue or be doing at home to further their skincare?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like women who come in here, professional skin products can be so beneficial. It's different than what you're going to buy at Sephora. Nothing's wrong with Sephora, but we can give you a little bit more power, more gusto. It's kind of like it's okay to take a supplement when you're younger, but when you get older, you might need prescription.
Right.
And that's really the same with the skin. And men can see a huge change with that too. They get on, most men don't even use a cream, so we get them on a couple prescription products and they say, wow, my skin looks amazing, right?
Yeah.
And then even have them start to wear some sunscreen, which they're not used to doing. So
That's always huge, sunscreen,
yeah,
right? That's always what your parents are telling you growing up.
It's
and
a prevention.
You don't listen. So where can people
Exactly.
find out more just about everything that you guys have to offer?
Yeah, they can visit our website at radiantskin.therapy.com. They can call us 240-0088 and they can have a free consultation.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you guys are great, and I've done the free consultation. It's wonderful. I mean, but you all know your stuff, so it's so evident in sitting here with you and just shooting the breeze and asking you questions. Thanks for sharing some of the men's
you.
services.
Nice to see you
Talk.
again.
Nice to see you.
All right, well, thanks to Ann and Radiant Skin Therapy. Thanks to all of our guests for joining us. Thank you for watching. Join us next time for Girl Talk.